So yesterday I made a video where I said that I was going to buy these 5 stock symbols on Monday, December 27th, which was yesterday. Today is now Tuesday morning, December 28th. And you can see that all 5 of the stocks that I chose have had a positive gain since yesterday's opening. So what I had done in that prior video is I had set all 5 of these stocks to buy at 9:30 a.m. yesterday morning. Alright, so what I did is I set them up before the market was open, and I set it to buy $20 each, which was a total of a $100 investment, $20 each on 5 different stocks. You can see the result is that right now it has grown to $101.48. Earlier this morning it was actually at $1.62 at its higher point. Okay, so that means that it has gained basically 1.48% overnight. 1.48%. And again, the main reason why I picked these 5 was based on some analysis that I did, which can partially be seen using this Google Sheet that I do have shared, that you can get a copy of, that I use to do some of the analysis, or that you can start to use to do some of the analysis. But I also write computer programs of my own that are not that you can't see in this video. It's just code. It's not like a full application. It's code where I run analysis, and running the analysis on lots of different stocks and going through a certain filtering process. These were the 5 stocks I decided that they had a strong likelihood, if I bought them on Monday, that they would possibly go up by Tuesday. And as you can see in this case, I was correct on all 5 of these. Now, part of the reason why I feel it wasn't too difficult to have some success with these is that I'm not going for large growth here, just trying to get small percentages overnight. So basically just trying to make like a small percentage. So as you can see here, 1.61%, 1.56%, 2.57%, 0.46%, 0.76%, right? Just small percentages. And another thing is that I'm not really worrying too much about the individuals, but rather the individual stocks, I'm looking at them as a group. So for instance, one of these could be negative, but when you put all 5 together, it's net positive, right? So basically all I'm looking for is to get a net positive on all 5. So now that's basically the result. So now all I have to do, now I could have actually set these to sell before the market opened. I could have done it last night, or I could have done it early this morning, and these would have sold it open, and I would have made a profit because it was already profitable at 9:30 a.m. So I didn't really need. Now the reason though that I didn't do that is because I wasn't available to make a video then, and I wanted to make a video today, and I wanted to see what would happen. I was curious, and as you can see, it did go up, and it looks like I made even a little more money than I would have made, right? Because let's look at 9:30, and you can see it was down here at 9:30, where now you can see where I am at 10:40, right? So you can see that I actually made more money by waiting, because at 9:30 I would have had $1.26. Right, 101.26. Remember, I put in 100 yesterday. Today it's 101.26. But because I waited a little longer, well, right now it's 101.27. I mean, if I had sold it earlier, I could have sold it here and made a little more. So that if you're doing it manually, you can kind of watch, and when it's at a certain point, you can sell it. But my point is that you don't need to do that. You can totally make this automated and just sell it at 9:30. All right, and had I just sold these at 9:30, had I set it to automatically sell for 9:30, I would have made my profit, and I wouldn't even have to think about it, right? So this is basically the method that I'm devising, identifying these stocks that I expect to have at least some kind of growth, hopefully in a short period of time. Buy them on the open of one day, sell them on the open of another, right? And this is just one approach that I'm combining with my data analysis to see how I can create some kind of consistent growth on a stock portfolio, right? So now what I'm going to do, because I'm not really particularly interested in watching these all day, I probably will just go ahead and sell these. So I can go to each of these individually and I can just go ahead and sell them. All right, but or I can leave it for a few more minutes and see if it looks like it's going to come back up. But I'm really not concerned about the making an additional 50 cents or whatever it is. It's more for the sake of studying the effects of my approach and the analysis and to see how it works. So anyway, look, if you haven't, get this Google Sheet because it's partially what I use to do some of the analysis. If you want to do analysis on, say, one stock at a time, all right, the Google Sheet is good for that. All right. If you wanted to really analyze a lot, then you have to use coding, and eventually I'll probably release something from the programs that I'm working on. But basically, right now, the best thing is you pop in the symbol, and once you do that, what my Google Sheet does is going to show you the average of each price point, meaning the open price, the low, the high, the close, for each day of the week. So you can see Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and you're looking to see if there's a particular day of the week where maybe the average is a bit is higher than on another, so that's the day you kind of try to focus on. Meaning, if Tuesday is higher than Monday and Tuesday is just higher than all the other days, you probably want to buy the stock on Monday and then sell it on Tuesday. All right, and again, part of the approach, what I believe makes this approach work, is that I'm not focusing on one. So the trick is really not to just do one, because the problem is that it's not perfect. This could go down instead of going up. So if you put 1,000 in that one, or even just $100 in just that one, okay, and then it doesn't work, you're more likely to lose. But if you can identify 5 of them, right? If you can find like 5 different ones which is what I did, that you can buy on Monday, sell on Tuesday. All right. Even if this one had gone down, well, maybe the other 4 will go up, or if 2 go down, the other 3 go up. So it's going to balance off a lot better. In this case, all 5 of them went up. All 5 went up, right? And I'm sure for people who actually do this, they understand the significance of all 5 of these going up over 1%. All right, some even over 2%. This one almost 1%. This one almost 1%. All right. So people who trade, they understand the significance of finding 5 stocks that I expected to do that just overnight between Monday and Tuesday. Okay. So, but also if you follow me, what I'm going to do as I do the analysis, I'm going to keep releasing through my Facebook page and also through YouTube some of the stocks that I'm analyzing and that the patterns I'm noticing. So if I notice a certain stock tends to be up on a certain particular day or whatever, I will be releasing that, and so you can kind of follow along. But just keep in mind, it's always at your own risk, right? Because this worked out today, but it's possible it might not work tomorrow. But again, I mean, by doing like 5 at a time, it really helps reduce the risk, because you're sharing that risk over 5 different things it's basically diversification, instead of just putting it all in one. And the thing is that all 5 of these have that tendency, all 5 of them were following a certain pattern that I was looking for Tuesday. and so it helped increase the chances of it working, right? So that that also helps to reduce the risk. So anyway, I just wanted to show, mainly the main point of this video is to show the effects of this, to show that it did, it did gain some profit here. Now all I have to do is go ahead and just sell these. I'm going to go ahead and sell them individually. Again, I could have set them to sell automatically, and they could have sold at 9:30, and I would have already made my money and been out of here. But for the purpose of making the video, I decided to hold them so that I could kind of, show a little bit more of the process. So anyway, Mr. Mark, look, I've got a link in the description of the video if you want to get a copy of this Google Sheet. There might be some stocks that you already play. You just go ahead and punch in those symbols, all right, and you look at the stats and see what day of the week they tend to be up or down. All right, get an idea of the average price on those different days of the week, the average open prices or the closing prices, things like that. Look at the actual numbers as well, which is what I did in the other video. Look at, for instance, how these prices tend to go up from Monday to Tuesday. You're going to see more often than not, all right, how these open prices just went up. All right, and this is the past 90 days. The thing you can do is you can then look at 180. You can look at 120 days, 60. Right, and kind of compare, kind of see how that affects the numbers and how that affects the, which day of the week that the price tends to be up. Okay, so that's something that you can do on your own as well. I'd love for people to join me. Just join me. All right, I'll have a link to my Facebook page where I'm going to put up symbols that I'm looking at, like I did with these 5 symbols that I chose yesterday. Definitely get a copy of the Google Sheet, as I said, where you can do some of your own analysis. And definitely follow me. This is really something I'm working on. It's still like in an experimental phase, so only time will tell how effective this is going to be over time. But I do know that from doing a few trials that it has worked so far. It has been working more often than it doesn't work. So that's basically what I can say at this point. So look forward to seeing you around the channel. Contact me, check links, as I said, in the description of the video, and I'll see you around.